Hi there guys and welcome back to the shop. Today it's an EDC video. We're going to cover the Bodypack EDC. This is easily the most requested EDC video I've ever had. It upgrades every year, it changes, it evolves. I haven't done one of these in a while. So this is the current October 2021, so we'll say fourth quarter 2021 edition of my Bodypack EDC. This is like, some people would call this like a get home bag or something like that. This is the bag that I carry with me everywhere I go. If I'm not in the house, this bag is probably on my person wherever I am, with very rare exceptions. I frequently take this, like if I'm riding my bike. I have a slightly lighter, smaller bag for on my bike, but this lives in my car, lives with me. This is it. This is survival at its most basic with some pretty serious enhancements in here. So with no further ado, let's dig in. This is as hardcore pack small plays big as I've ever been able to put together. So follow along. It's going to take me hours. There will be a detailed list in the description of every single thing in here and where you can get it, so that you don't have to send me 10,000 emails of, "That thing is so cool." There's a link. There's a link. Just check the links. Okay. Let's dig in. I'm not just going to show you what's in here. I'm going to take it completely apart and unpack everything so that you can see everything that's in here. So let's get to work. You know who you are. Thank you for sending this in. This is a Tri-Flood 18650 by Maratac. This is the sun in your pocket. It's evil. This is a vicious flashlight. I have used this as a floodlight in a dark space to shoot videos. It's that bright. It's massive. It also has the weird feature that there is, in the end, well, here, I'll show you. So it's ridiculously bright, but when you turn it off, it has like day glow down inside. These glow. It's really weird. So that's my flashlight. Flashlight number one. I've showed this off before. I have two of these. This is the Wera 818/4/1. It's the 05-1000, this particular one, and it's the standard Wera multi-bit driver. If you have one screwdriver, this is it. It's glorious. I love that tool. All right, so we have a pen. I like the Precise V7. I use the hell out of these. This is my go-to pen. We have a big Sharpie Professional. It's got a big chisel tip on it, and I use this a lot at work. I do a lot with Sharpies. That's my big Sharpie. Milwaukee makes their own version of markers. It's called the Inkzol, and I carry a red and a blue because sometimes you need colors. I like colors. They're basically crayons for grown-ups. This is the one pen on here, well, one of several that isn't a pen. This is a lens pen, and it lets me have a lens duster on one end. It's not a polonium brush. I wish it was, but those are hard to get these days. And it's got the sucky bit on the other end, with the little microfiber pad. So I make a living with a camera, I carry a lens pen. Most people who make a living with a camera carry a lens pen. This is a Sharpie pen. It's really nice. I use this quite a bit. These are good. This is the thing I use, like, it's weird. I'll use my Precise V7 and stuff like that for some stuff, but this is the pen I'm reaching for if I'm writing in my field notes pad. That lives in there. A regular Sharpie, just standard Sharpie fine point. This is a Grand Valley State University College of Engineering, and it's got two different rulers on it, and it's just a decent pen and a stylus and it works good. It's just been on my bag. It's half good luck charm, half pen. This is cool, and I recommend them highly. You have to carry it right. Don't put this in your pocket. Just don't. This is an X-Acto pen, and it's an X-Acto knife. It's a really tiny X-Acto knife in pen format. Super useful tool. I love it. There's a lot of stuff already. This is another one given to me by a friend and fan. This is a oiler. It's a precision oiler. I use the hell out of this. And you fill it with oil. I fill it with just 3-in-1 oil. And when you press the top, it dispenses a tiny amount of oil. Is great on doors. Don't use WD-40 on doors. Use 3-in-1 oil. Over on this side, we have shaped like a pen, not a pen. This is a magnetic stylus. I have saved more people's car keys from storm drains with this tool. This is just reach in, grab a thing. I have hung stuff with this for certain camera shots. See if you can spot it, but this gets used a lot when you need a thing like that. Just magnet on a stick. And when the magnet on a stick isn't enough, you step up to the hook. This is just a little, it's the same, it's probably made by the same company, but instead of magnet on a stick, this is hook on a stick. This one's even longer and will reach to the bottom of most storm drains. If you can't get their keys with a magnet, you can get them with this. This is a ridiculous little tool made in Taiwan. There's the patent number. I'll look it up for you. But this has like a whole pile. I think I got this for Christmas or my birthday. It has a pile of stuff in it. It's this weird internal extrusion. And there's things down each one of these. There's like 50 different tools in this little thing. And they're all kinds of stuff. They're all down in there, and it's got screwdrivers, and it's got 10,000 little things. And this is one of those things that is just, it's pretty much useless. But if it's all you got, well, you're going to be happy you got it. But it's got a little pin vise in this end, and it's just multi-tools. A good small steel rule. This is one of the Empires. You can get them at the big box store. It's just a stainless steel rule, and it's just handy. I use that a lot. Overwhelmingly, if I'm holding that in one hand, I've got my cell phone in the other, and I'm taking a picture of something, and I need a reference for measurement. The big multi-tool. This is, I think that's an OHT, yeah. This is a Leatherman OHT. It is big and chunky, and it does all the usual multi-tool stuff. This is one of the most heavy-duty multi-tools I've ever seen. Like this thing is chunky. And it's holster, nothing else in the holster. All right, as we go around the outside, I have a cute little 6-foot tape measure. It's just a standard little Milwaukee. It does inch and metric, which is super useful. Just tiny little lightweight tape measure. Lives on the side of my bag. I use it all the time. If you've ever had your CPR certification, your Red Cross certification, you know what this is. It's a puke mask. CPR face shield. First off, learn CPR. Every human being on the planet should know CPR. It's not hard. You can do this. You take the class, it's going to be like 20 hours of learning check, call, clear. But learn CPR and absolutely carry one of these on you at all times, because the first thing that the patient is going to do to thank you for saving their life is puke. So they don't cover that too deep in the class, but just, yeah, it happens a lot. Carry a face shield. Also, on the outside of my bag, you notice the stuff on the outside is all the stuff you need right now, you use a lot, in a hurry. I have this. This is a set of trauma shears. These are a really nice pair. They're made by Leatherman. They're called the Leatherman Raptor. These are absolutely awesome. If you do any kind of EMS or anything in that realm, if you're a first responder, an MT, a paramedic, whatever, fireman, get a pair of Leatherman Raptors. They're not cheap, and they're worth it. These have all kinds of fun little accoutrements with them. It's got the window popper. It's got a lanyard ring. They lock with this button arrangement that swivels around like that. And it has an O2 wrench and a hook for, this is a hook blade for like bags and straps and stuff, seat belts, things like that. These are cut right through seat belts. These are cut right through leather boots. And if you're in that world at all, it's seat belts and boots that you're cutting off a lot. Jeans, no problem. They'll go right through the seam on a pair of jeans. These are vicious. And I love them. And they come with a sexy, sexy holster that I just clip on the outside of my bag. It works really well for me. So let's go up. Oh, here. All right. On the cross strap, because it's 2021, I keep 2 surgical masks in there. And these are the good blue ones. Not every place will accept every mask. Certain places, if you go to the hospital around here, they only accept their own mask. Certain places require certain types of masks. But I just have, this is just a pad off, I think it came off a tripod bag, and I just put it on there, and it's a convenient place to carry masks. So this is one of the little Maxpedition add-on bags. I don't know the names and models on this stuff. I'll look it up. It'll be in the list. I'll take the time. I'll look it up one time so that I can put it in the list and you don't have to ask me 20 times. But this is just a little add-on bag. I'm going to try and modify it onto there. But this carries, I'll show you. You can fit a lot in this little bag. This light is a stream light. It's the MicroStream USB. I love this light. They're super cool because you can charge it from a micro USB port, and that is just awesome. I love flashlights that you can charge with USB, especially ones that have a way to shield the USB port. The only thing I don't like about this particular brand of light is they're not super rugged. The back cap is just rubber, and if you use it a lot, you'll tear the cap eventually. So the good side is they're cheap, and you can get these. Well, there's an Amazon link. You can get them the same place I get them. But good little light. I really like it. What do I have tucked under? Tucked under, we have a cheap, garbage, disgusting pocket knife. I think I got like a 3-pack of these for 10 bucks. Home Depot had them during the Manly Man sale they do every Father's Day, every Christmas. They do a big tool sale thing. They had these. They're garbage. It's garbage. And every now and then, that's exactly what you want. A knife that you can like pry the thing, cut the thing, and if you throw it away at the end, you don't care. That's this knife. This is a disposable folding knife. So we'll open this up and dig inside. All right. So we have so I have a full complement of keys. These are the Deviantalum set. I'll see if I can put a link in there for you. But this is a thing that it took me a while to get it all put together. But it's the Deviantalum pocket set of keys. Chapstick. I like the Chap Ice Cherry. It's just, your mileage may vary, but chapstick. You should always have chapstick. These are great Cena ginger candies. I got turned on to these like within the past year or so. If you get motion sickness, these are, they won't stop motion sickness, but they'll just help calm everything down. Is ancient Chinese remedy is good. Yeah, they're super cool. These are more keys that you probably should not own. We have such fun and exciting things in here as an FEOK one. And anybody who is into lock sport and EDC, etc., will know these keys. But these are more keys that you probably shouldn't own. A thing of Altoid Smalls. I'm probably the only nerd in America who has an Altoids tin in his pocket that is actually filled with Altoids. There's no Raspberry Pi in here. There's no USB rubber ducky. And no, it actually is peppermints. If you carry peppermints in your pocket, like in your pants pocket, they rattle like crazy and make me nuts. And they also, the heat in your pocket will cause them to be not minty faster. Because the way peppermints are made is they take a absorptive base of like sugar, starch, something like that, and they soak it in peppermint oil. So the peppermint oil is volatile. It'll evaporate off in time. So if you just have a thing of mints in your bag, they'll go flat in several months. It takes a while, but they'll go flat. If you put them in your pocket, it's a few weeks. So just a thing to know, if you carry mints with you, you have to swap them out every now and then. Granola bar, I like these, the Nature Valley ones, because these are the hard granola bars, because they take more abuse in your pocket. This is a, who's it from? Vapor Authority, it looks like. This is a metal e-juice container. They're bulletproof, and if you want to carry e-juice around, I just carry it as like emergency backup e-juice. But that's the best way I've found to do it so far. We have a Dyno Kwick pick. I don't know where or who was the first person that turned me onto these. It's a single pick and a single tension wrench in a pen style form factor. I've had this thing for years. And it's not bad. Like if you only have one pick, one wrench, this is the one to have. So it's legit. Do I consider it a high quality tool? No way. No way. Low rent tool. But it does what it says on the tin, and I've used it easily 500 times. Successfully. I've used it unsuccessfully probably another 300 times. But like it works. Most of the time, for most of the things, it'll do. These are amazing. Oh my God, pocket-sized Kinapex wrench. And these are, it's an adjustable wrench. It'll go up to about an inch. Yeah, just about an inch. And oh my God, use the hell out. This particular tool is in a fight with my big wrench. I can get more torque with this. But this is smaller and lighter, and it's come so close to being Pocket EDC so many times. I love the little baby Kinapex wrench. A basic set of a handful of, there's a couple tension wrenches and a couple lock picks, just some basic ones, nothing special. I don't even know where I bought these. I've had them for years. I have an irrational amount of lock picks. I only carry a few on me. Oh, here's another tension wrench. So, yeah. All right. I think that's it for lock picks in there. Uncle Mike's Sliver Gripper. These are the pair. You got to squeeze them, push, and pull. It's part puzzle, part tweezers. But these are good, basic little tweezers for just everyday carry. I absolutely love these. I've had a pair on me for a while now. I think I got these from Duluth. I don't know, I have to check it out. All right. This is where we're going to get into some opinions. Okay. Now, I am a huge fan of the Gerber artifact. I love it. It is hands down the single greatest thing Gerber ever invented. They came out with this. This is the updated version of an artifact style tool. All right. It's got a big widgie bar, and the bar goes all the way through. So you can put leverage way out on this end. It gives you a longer bar. So longer bar, more leverage, more better. It's got the bottle opener on it. It's got the little cat's paw. It comes with some tactical cord on there if you need that. And it still has the X-Acto blade. It's great. So here's the downside. You can't carry it in your pocket. You got to put it in a bag. You got to put it in something. You can't carry it in your pocket because the damn blade will, it's like a slide out switchblade type thing, right? If you put this in your pocket and that catches on anything, this can deploy. And it doesn't have to deploy the whole way to be a problem. If it just deploys a little bit, okay, that sticking out is going to get you. I know this because it got me. And I was like, well, that's out of the pocket. All right, and it goes in my bag. It's a great tool. I love the tool. It's super useful. But my artifact lives in my pocket because my artifact has never false opened on me. That one has. So that one time, never again. I carry a pile of business cards for Chaotic Good and Atmosphere. If you're not familiar with either of those channels, you should check the links in the description. I actually have a few YouTube channels, and some of them are way cooler than this one. This is a lens wipe, also known as a Zeiss wipe. It's basically an alcohol pad with better paper. It's like a microfiber paper thing. I buy them. There's a 400 pack on the wall in my shop. And just if you have cameras and lenses, that's the thing you need. I use that with the lens pen and have done some really terrifying things to cameras in the field. I carry an emergency backup e-cig with no juice in it because I have juice in the other thing. And I carry 1 or 2 extra atomizers with me. Just because every now and then you accidentally drop your e-cig down the turbine shaft or over the side of the boat or whatever. Things happen. And that is everything in my little pouch. So we've covered that. I told you there's a lot in this. We're digging deep, kids. On the outside, I can't believe I forgot this. This is, I'm gonna show you that again because I want you to see how that works. This little tool just lives on the outside of my bag, and I use, this is the carabiner that came with my earbuds, which I don't use with my earbuds. But I put this on there, and this little tool, you can just grab it and yank. And I've never had it fall off, and you can always just grab it and yank because you want this to be somewhere where if you're in a car or if you're wearing that bag, you can just grab it and yank. And it's called a Rescue Me. Now the entire purpose of this tool is this here, that's a razor blade in a shroud, and you can hook this on a seatbelt and either self-rescue or rescue somebody else. And the other end, don't test this with your finger, but that is a spring-loaded punch that will break safety glass. So like an automotive window, you just walk up to it and just boop, and the window just goes away. And that's all this does. The little ball on the end, because people ask, is part of the internal mechanism. It's the backer for the spring. The little ball does nothing. It's just pretty. It just looks cool. This is a window punch and a webbing cutter, and that's it. But it's called a Rescue Me, links and thing. So there's that. I've been a rock climber since I was a kid. I have to have a carabiner. You just have to have one carabiner on you all the time. This is a basic wire gate. It, of course, is a black diamond. But it's just a basic wire gate beaner, nothing special. And this one has been used for painting and stuff. Like it's seen things. I've had this beaner 20 years. And it's just a carabiner, nothing special. Here's a neat one. This is a titanium toothpick. I have done some interesting things with this tool in everything from lock picking to high voltage to just shenanigans. Also works great as a toothpick. I have roasted marshmallows with this, and you can turn it around backwards and put it back in its thing. The little bit here is threaded on both sides, and Works great. There are a lot of times in your life where you need a simple tool, and pretty much everything here is designed to be a simple tool of some form. And sometimes that simple tool is just a stick, a short pokey stick. So right on the outside, the outermost, easiest to get to pocket, the first thing I have is a pair of gloves. These are basic black nitrile gloves, because for any emergency medical thing, one of the first things you need is a pair of gloves, because people are gross. Tucked on the outside, right under the gloves, first thing you grab, 4x4s. A fat pack of 4x4s, because these compress down really well. Just generic sterile gauze pads, 4x4 inches. These are the good ones, the 12 ply. When you go shopping for 4x4s, there's differences. Get the good ones, you want at least 12 ply. But, because you can buy some really garbage 4x4s. This is, put pressure on that. It's like 90% of the time, if somebody's got an owie, you break out one of those, tell them, here, put pressure on that. It stops the bleeding, keeps them occupied for a minute, but just the number of times in my life, I have just ripped open a couple 4x4s, folded over maybe, put it on a thing, push hard and be like, here, put pressure on that. And off you go. That's foreplay. Other fun things in here, and these are much more buried. I have a face guard. This is a generic cold weather face guard. Two reasons. One, pandemic. I had this before they were cool. And now it's more of a pandemic thing. But I got this because I spend a lot of time working outside in a state where the air hurts my face. So that's just a cold weather face guard. Now, all the cool kids are wearing these. They're super trendy. Other thing, a good rain poncho. Okay, I have some crappy rain poncho mojo. But I have this is one of the crappy, this is a mid-grade. This is kind of good. It's not like super good. I got a super good. This is a kind of good, but this one is small and light and fits in my bag. This bag is the building's on fire, there's a tornado, I got to get out of here, something just generic. I have it with me all the time. So I don't have my big heavy duty, I'm going to be walking for days in it rain poncho. This, however, is a step up from the 99 cents gets you half a dozen of tissue paper thin, absolute garbage rain ponchos. Don't even buy those. They're horrible. So that's everything in the outer pocket. Oh my God. These are amazing. They're not cheap and they're worth it. And I even bought one of these for Mr. Kidwell as a present. This is a Pockit Meter. This is a Bluetooth connected digital multimeter and oscilloscope and data logger that connects to your phone. Your phone does all the heavy lifting. This is just the measurement part, but you just pop the things out and you got a meter. And I have used the hell out of this thing. It is so amazing. I love this tool. I recommend them highly. Everybody should have one of these. They're wonderful. This one, it comes with the pouch and you get different tips and stuff like that. But just the meter on its own, it has one drawback, and it's a really big one, that the Pro version doesn't. I haven't upgraded to the Pro version yet. I wanted to support their Kickstart. I wanted to start out easy. But this one is limited to, I think, 60 volts. Somewhere around there, like 48 or 60 volts. But you can't do like 120 volt stuff with it. For working on vehicles, they're amazing. For doing a lot of stuff, electronics level stuff, they're amazing. I use this at around stuff like mains level, but you can't connect it to a live circuit. If you put 120 volts through this, you'll kill it. Short of that, oh my God, an oscilloscope in your pocket, on your phone? We live in the future. It's the greatest thing ever. A Gerber dime, because there's no excuse to not carry one of these everywhere. I had one of these on my keys for a long time, and then my keys got too heavy with other stuff, and I figured I always had a multi-tool on my belt anyway. But the Gerber dime is one of the best tiny little multi-tools. Like, there's no comparison between something like this and a Leatherman, or Leatherman OHT. This is chunky. This is artillery. This is very polite and nice and super useful for a lot of little things where you may not want to be carrying a big multi-tool, or it may not be appropriate for a big multi-tool. And it's so tiny and so easy to carry. There's just one rattling around in my bag. Ubiquitous blue Bic lighter. I carry one in my pocket. I carry one in my bag. A good fistful of about 6-inch zip ties. Small enough to carry anywhere, big enough to be pretty useful for a lot of stuff. I have fixed a lot of bike problems with these. I fixed a lot of life problems with those. Get the good ones. Panduit makes the best zip ties out there. I've used every brand under the sun. Panduit is the best. Roll of electrical tape, because roll of electrical tape, this is, a lot of people say, always have a towel with you. For me, it's electrical tape. I carry towels in there too, but just a roll of electrical tape. This is, I don't carry a full roll. I go through a lot of tape at work. So this is an almost empty roll of good stuff. This is the Scotch 3M, I don't know what, probably Super 33 Plus or something like that, but just an almost empty roll. It's still got 3/8 of an inch on there. So it's enough to handle basic stuff. All right, these are cool. Porta wipes. Oh my God, I love these things. These are the generic, you see them all over the place. They'll have like the little, they're like freeze-dried, hyper-compressed something or other towels. These are the same idea, except it's shaped more like a tablet. God help you if you eat one. But you take one of these, and I'm going to do a whole video just on these. But the idea is this and a bottle of water. If you just have a bottle of water, I'll show you how they work. If you just take one of these and just dip it, dip the top, then flip it over and dip the other side, and do it quick, because you're only going to get a moment to do it, they immediately start to expand. And once they start to expand, you can peel the edge. And you just stretch it out, peel the edge, and they unfold. I wanted a little bit more water. Okay. And they unfold right out. And then you have a towel that is very lightly damp. It's not wet, it's just very lightly damp. And if you just let it sit, it'll totally dry out. These are absorbent if you want them to be. But usually, you don't really need it to be so absorbent as mildly damp, just for wiping shmoo off your hands or whatever, shmoo off of whatever. But I use the hell out of these, and they're super cheap. They come in like a bag of 100, and you can fit 10 of them in the tube. You can see I've used a few out of this one, and they're great. It's just a nice, rugged, like they're heavy duty. You can tear them, but they're about as tough as a blue shop towel, but way tougher than a paper towel. Make sense? So if you're, it's like having a box of blue shop towels with you. So yeah. Another pair of tweezers. This is just a good basic pair of tweezers. I use tweezers a lot for a lot of things. These tweezers are my go-to tweezers for ticks and splinters. I've got my splinter kit up in top. Those are the first ones I'm going to reach for, but if I can't get it with those, I'm going for my high quality fine tweezers. I take a lot of splinters out of a lot of people. So inside this particular bag, there's a little key lanyard. I keep a Maglite Solitaire, one of the most old school, cool, basic, simple flashlights ever. Runs on a single AAA. This is one of the modern versions with the LED. I love this light. They're indestructible, and as long as you change the battery in it once a year so that it doesn't release the shmoo, you're having a good time. These are wonderful. I'm a huge fan of Maglite as a brand, and the Solitaire is just, it's the light that's always on your keychain, like always. I have a key to my car, key to my toolbox, and then a container, and I keep, I think there's $100 in here in 20s. So I think. No, this one's empty. I should fix that. I probably spent it on something. But you can get these containers. I'll put a link to them. PP Fish EDC. I'll put a link in the description. These are great for, they perfectly fit American currency. So you just put $100 in 20s in there, because when your car gets towed, have an emergency $100 on you. I keep an emergency 100 in my wallet for the same reason. I think this is a Fox 40. Yeah. The classic Fox 40 whistle. I'll spare you, but this is, have one of these. Just super useful in all kinds of mass casualty incidents, building falls down, tornado, fire, flood stuff, but have a really good whistle. You can only yell so loud for so long. You can only talk so loud for so long. Have a good whistle. Especially if you spend a lot of time playing in the woods. All right, that's everything in there. All right, this is the main event where we get into the big main pockets, the things I like most often reach for, but not necessarily in a hurry. All the medical stuff that you need in a hurry, gloves, gauze, stuff like that, outside pocket. The stuff that you actually use most often, that we get down in here. So here's the first one. I have a bag in a bag. This I frequently, if I'm working, I'll take this out and put this on my belt. If you watch any of the old episodes of the blogs, you will frequently see a camera right here all the time. That was a permanent fixture on my hip for years. Now it lives in a bag because a lot of the camera I use is either my cell phone or down here in the studio, and I don't carry that camera around with me. This is a little long in the tooth. It's an RX100 6. They're on the 7 now. The 7 is way better. But it's just a little Sony point-and-shoot camera. I have shot thousands of videos on this family of cameras. I've been using the DSC-RX100 series since the Model 1, and I've had one of every model except the 7. I haven't bought the 7 yet. It's really only a matter of time. When that one finally dies, I'll get a 7. I've had 3 6s and haven't had a 7. It's a good full frame camera. It shoots great images. It shoots great video. The only limitation it has is it stops shooting at 23 minutes. That's it. And it's pretty rare that I need a shot longer than that for the kinds of videos I shoot with that. So 23 minutes. This is my field audio rig. It is, we'll take the dead cat off it, and you can see that it's a Tascam DR07X. This is, you can shoot XY like that, or you can go out like that, and it knows, and it goes for hours on 2 rechargeable AA batteries. I use the Eneloop Pros. That's my battery of choice, is the Eneloop Pros. Comment in, I want your suggestions on rechargeable 9-volt batteries, because I need one for a totally different microphone setup. But this is my standard field audio rig if I need spatial audio, like audio in a room. I do a lot of atmosphere with this. A lot of the atmosphere videos are shot with this as audio. Almost all of the audio in almost all of my current videos is either recorded on this or on the Tascam DR10L. Overwhelmingly, it's one of those two. So these are things that you probably wouldn't have in your EDC, but I have in mine because I make videos for a living. Another Kinepex entry. This is the 7401-200. These are just a good pair of dikes. I use the hell out of these. Just simple, solid cutters. These things will cut through all kinds of fun things. So I just, in my bag. They're also quite possibly the newest addition to my bag. Here's an oddball one. A pair of titanium chopsticks. I always have a pair of chopsticks in my EDC because I used to carry like a camping set of knife, fork, spoon thing, and I learned chopsticks are lighter and more useful. There are certain things that you can't do they don't work worth a damn as a spoon. But I already have like 5 different knives on me, and these work surprisingly well for a huge amount of things. As far as highest versatility for eating utensil, chopsticks. This was a gift, and thank you. It's the Weha 280, and it's a micro screwdriver with a wide variety of bits, just a huge variety of bits on this. And I found myself using it often enough to include it in my carry bag EDC. So thank you. This is a thing that ended up in my EDC just purely for emergency use, but I ended up using it a lot for work too. This is, who makes this? Oh, I don't know. And they're not proud of, oh, wait. It's Knipex, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is Knipex. This is a multi-key for commercial industrial things. You use this for water and cabinets, control cabinets. I use the hell out of this thing for control cabinets. And it's wicked handy. It is horribly shaped for EDC, and it's heavy as a truck, but it's useful enough that it justifies its weight for me. Not a thing that would probably be very useful to you. I have a whole bunch more lens wipes. I got 8 of them in here, and I use these a lot. And frequently when you need these, you need 2 or 3 of them, so I carry a lot of them. 2 batteries for my camera. These are the Sony NP-BX1 batteries, and this battery, this never happens, and I'm so happy about this. This battery fits like 4 different cameras I own. The RX100s and my little white action cams that are both discontinued and they don't make anymore. These batteries fit all of those, so it's super cool like that. I'm very happy. This is a generic charging cable that'll do USB-C, it'll do micro USB, it'll do Apple Lightning. So yeah, these are, I got this from Moose. She gave me one of these screwy little kits. It was like a electrical nerd emergency kit or something like that. It was like $5 at a checkout line somewhere. And this is good. This charges everything. I like it. A thumb drive. Just a generic thumb drive. This one is empty, but always have a USB drive. You'd be amazed how often you just need, here, can you put on here? And yeah, like I've done this at the doctor's office. I've done this at hospitals. I've done this on job sites of, oh, hey, you got the, yeah, just here, put it on the thing. Because I usually don't have a cable to just let my phone plug into something and use it that way. It's a thumb drive. Always just a cheap thumb drive. And you can get 32 gigabyte thumb drives for nothing nowadays. Lexar is good. SanDisk is good. Beyond that, you pay your money, you take your chances. All right, the last pocket. The last 2 things, the heaviest 2 things. I have an Anker power brick. I don't know what size it is. It's big, it's beefy, it's chunky. This is enough power to charge anything I own several times over and keep it charged. You can see all my little lights come on. But it charges through, it'll charge micro USB, or USB-C. It'll charge USB-C, and it'll charge through the special Anker charging brick that does it at like warp speed or I don't know. But it's got, it does the IQ series of charging of Anker stuff. And Anker stuff is good stuff. Like, I'm really happy with it. One other thing in here, the last thing in here, I have a big set of Wera bits. This is with the wrap adapter. So it's got that. And it is a massive complement of bits. You've got Secura Torx, regular Torx, just all the usual, everything you would usually have. The colors mean things, but I don't know what. It means things in Wera marketing speak. But all your basics. Like 99% of the time, these are one of the bits that you're going to need. So it all fits in here so it doesn't rattle around and fall out. It comes with the wrap adapter. And you can use this with this. You wouldn't need to, but you could put this with that and have a comprehensive little kit. I had an extra one of these in my big electrical bag, and I think I might change some things around on here. But that's the full Monte. That is everything in my Bodypack EDC. So you might know this as like a get home bag or something like that, but that's the one I carry around with me everywhere. It looks so weird, all deflated and empty, because when this thing's packed, it's packed. So I'm going to spend the next half hour of my life putting all of that back together. But there is the briefest possible look at the full EDC that I carry. If you have any questions, get them in the comments. If you have anything here that you'd like to see a full video on just that one thing, comment, let me know. I'll do a video on whatever you want. So you guys have fun. Thank you for coming along for that big, deep dive into my full EDC. You guys have fun. I'm Chris Boden. As always, I'll see you next time.